Alrighty, let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm coming live tonight. I haven't been on this early in a while, but anyhow, it's good to see you guys again. Tonight I'm going to be talking about Jeff Flake's disciples. Yes, it came to our attention that obviously there are definitely three senators that are going to be voting against um, Herman Cain, one of President Trump's picks that he's going to be putting in for his administration. Hello, DM. Good to see you. I have to get with you on far as you being one of the moderators. One of these days, I'm going to give you a call, hopefully real soon, and a few other people there, because I'm like, this stuff is like, yikes, but I'll figure it out. We'll get it done. So anyhow, tonight we're going to be talking about Jeff Flake's disciples. And the reason why I call it that, they're individuals basically that call themselves Republicans, okay? As we know, they're Republican in name only. And the job of these individuals basically are to just pose as something but present something else to all of society. Now, I'm in the process of putting a few videos together. I'm taking my time. As I said before, my videos are going to start being a teeny bit longer. They will not be as short as they were before, but they're going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to be switching over to more of a going to be going to more of a style that's going to be more closer to doing documentaries. They'll be somewhat documentary-ish, so keep your eyes on that. So do me a favor, don't be intimidated because if they're 10 minutes or 15 minutes long, trust me, they're going to be packed full of information and things that can help you in your ability to be able to communicate to people that don't understand exactly what it is that we are doing. Hello, Linda. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you guys. If you can, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So those are just some of the things that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be getting right into this. And this is coming from a tweet I saw over here from from Jim Hoff of the Gateway Pundit. And he says, I'm going to pull it up right now. And he goes on to say, okay, disgraceful through Republican senators to vote against Herman Cain for that he's one of Trump's picks. And let's get right into this right here. The particular people are going to be Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, Cory Gardner, and there's probably one more that's not on this particular list right here that he put on there. There's possibly going to be one more as well, and that's going to be from, I believe it was North Dakota. So with that being said, these are just some of the things that are coming out, and what I'm basically trying to get across to you, this is a fight between patriotism and globalism is what this fight is all about. One of the reasons why I started this channel was to awaken the hearts and minds of people, as many other patriots are and Christians are out there, to try to get to people that if we don't stand for our country and stand to have our country to be a sheep nation, meaning that it's a nation that's led by God, we're going to lose our independence and we're going to lose our ability as sovereign thinking people and a sovereign nation. There are many individuals out there in our government right now, unfortunately, that have been bought and paid for. And these people are essentially, traitors of the state. And they're treasonous, their behavior. That's what everything was going on right now as far as with the borders and them sending thousands of people down there. I don't have anything against them. Like I said, I get it. Some of these people are going to have to relocate. Whether Americans like that or not, unfortunately, their countries have been completely destroyed and they're going to have to relocate. There's just there, but we have to have it to where they understand the proper way of coming in, and then we have to get them on board with exactly what we're doing in our country. So they'll understand the Bill of Rights, they'll understand the Constitution, etc., etc. So those are some things, the reason why we need people to come through the front door. I know some people say, well, why do we have to have immigration, things like that there. I'm with you, but just the reality is there's going to be immigration, unfortunately, but we can slow down the effects of it. Hello, Dina. Good to see you, my friends. Good to see you, Dina. We can slow down the effects of it and get people on board with exactly what's going on, how this country operates. There are many people that don't understand. The only thing that they've seen all their lives is socialism. So therefore, they are under the notion by seeing people such as Bernie Sanders, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and other people like that, that's how this country operates. They don't know that the country doesn't operate like that. Our forefathers left, obviously, Europe, they left the UK in order to start this country to get away from those types of ideas of high taxes, and you guys know the rest. So that's what we're trying to get across to people and explain to people that are coming into the country. It's going to take us being active and being really, really, really involved in this time in our lives. If not, the country is going to be lost, and there's just really nothing we can do about it. If we don't step up and do something. It's great making videos, things like that, but videos and television shows, things like that, will only go so far. They're definitely necessary because we have to challenge the narrative that's out there, because the narrative is such a lie. And they're saying things like, obviously I don't like Hitler, I don't stand for anything, I hate exactly what he stood for. But guess what? Hitler was a globalist. He may have used the term of nationalism, but what Hitler wanted to do is he wanted to spread around the whole world his particular ideas and have everyone under his ideology. And there's a list of many other things that he wanted to do. One of the things I want to read to you real quick over here in a particular book. Now, I'm not going to use the particular names of these people, because if I do, things will get flagged. But you know what I'm talking about. These people are in Africa, and they have a certain religious belief, these individuals. And it says this right here, basically, that these people of that religious group, and you know who they are, were used to create proxy wars to make money and to control the flow of oil. And money, the New World Order's favorite things, making war and making money by fakery. Okay, and it goes on. When we think of enemy warriors, we think of that particular part of Africa chanting, basically, get rid of our country. I'm kind of having to paraphrase because of what we're on. Of course, we have learned that much of this has been fomented by the New World Order to suit their purposes. But either way, wittingly or unwittingly, these people were used to make war and money for the NWO. So we have to understand that essentially all of what we're seeing right now is a play. That's an operation. This is a play. That's all this is. And their ultimate goal is to essentially carry out a particular sets of plans. Many of these people that are in offices, obviously we know they're puppets, and they are basically individuals that know that they are under a time clock to carry out certain orders, or they get in serious trouble with who that they're receiving their orders from. So I just wanted to get that across and get that out there. So that's what's going on with these 3 senators that have risen up against our president and that are going to vote against Herman Cain. It's really important that we start educating people that we know that are even on the right, but they're not really engaged. Take some time out and pray and ask God. Just say, God, help me to be able to just really help this person to get stronger, to really get involved, and to understand the signs of the time of what we're dealing with right now. If we don't do that, people, we have to understand that our opponents are extremely engaged. Okay, we actually outnumber them, but we don't outnumber them in this. We don't outnumber them in the sense of this, far as those numbers of those who are serious and intensified. You see what I'm saying there? We have to be extremely intense and really reading, constantly adding more knowledge, more understanding of our history, of socialism, the history of globalism, the history of where this stuff comes from. Some of you guys, I'm not going to turn it into a church service, don't worry about it. But in my personal opinion, the original progressive goes all the way back to Nimrod. That's why they, if you really get to these people, one day, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video and help you guys understand. Have you ever seen Podesta, John Podesta? And he'll have, I believe he had a 14 in one hand and an eye of fish in the other hand, talking about the eye of horse. I'm going to have to break that down to you guys. See, that dates back all the way back to Nimrod. A lot of people don't understand that. And they're just saying, they're just acting like, they're just thinking like, oh, maybe he's just having some whatever, maybe he's just, means that whatever. No, that goes back thousands of years ago, okay? Whether you believe it or don't believe it, you have to understand these people take that stuff serious, and they absolutely believe these particular ideologies, and it's based on the ideologies, the foundations of that, those are the things that they are standing on, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, absolutely, I will, Dina. And that's what these people are standing on. See, it's only until you understand what these people are standing on and why they are behaving the way they're behaving, then you'll understand and you'll be able to have a reply for exactly what it is that these people believe in. But if you're just, just giving talking points, this and that, you'll be able to help some people be able to break out of that and snap out of it. But ultimately, in order to get these people to snap out of that stuff, you have to really dig into their history, because it just doesn't go 50 years or 100 years. It doesn't even go 500 years. It goes thousands of years ago is where this stuff originally comes from, believe it or not. Some people do know it, some people don't know it, but I'll be doing some features on that. And that's why I said check out some of the stuff that I'm going to be releasing and working on. I was going to release one today, but I stopped. I said, I'm changing the way I'm doing things right now. Back when I used to be into bodybuilding, um, when I used to be into bodybuilding, one thing that we went by this. We went by quality, not quantity. I'll say it again. Quality, not quantity. So I'm going to be really taking my time, and then some videos will still be short, 2.5, 4 minutes long, but I'm going to start making videos between 10 and 15 minutes, because the reason why I have to do that, this information has to get to you guys, and I have to really make videos that not only are going to be useful for today, but they're also going to be useful for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road. Basically, I don't know, some of you guys, I'm sure you guys know who he is, like Sean SGT Report. Absolutely incredible. That man's channel is amazing. SGT Report is off the chain, okay? But he makes classic videos. His videos, you can watch them today, they're relevant. His videos were relevant a year ago. His videos will be relevant a year from now or 5 years from now. That's the type of stuff that I'm looking to make right now. So I have to start making videos that are going to be um, where people can stand on the platform or the foundation of the information to which I'm giving them. And it was truth yesterday, it's truth today, and it's truth tomorrow. You understand me? 2 plus 2 was 4 yesterday. 2 plus 2 is 4 today, and 2 plus 2 will be 4 tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So that's ultimately what I'm going for now. If the channel suffers a bit, hello, my friend. Good to see you, Kim. If my channel suffers because I'm taking my time, that's fine. It's going to suffer, but I have to put out excellent information that's well thought of, and that's more documentary, like a Sean SGT Report. And like I said, it's going to be information that's able to stand for several years, and people will be able to make references to it down the road. So those are just some of the things that I'm going to be looking to do in the near future. So I'm going to get into some other things right here real quick. Like prime example, this book right here. All you guys know what this is, 1984. This is a classic. You guys get what I'm saying? Hello, good to see you, my friend Kim. But you see what I'm saying? This is a classic. So that's what I'm looking to make. I'm looking to make books like videos like this book. That's an absolute classic. It's was excellent information yesterday. It's great information. It's excellent today, and it's great tomorrow. So those are just some of the things that I am going to be looking to do. Now I'm going to read a little bit right now from a book that I've been into, and it's called The Killing of Uncle Sam. I don't know if some of you guys may already have this book, or maybe you already read it. If you haven't, I would encourage you to get it. Dina, this man right here, he's actually in your area, and his name is Rodney Howard Brown, and he has a church down there in Florida. Exactly where he's at, I don't know, but he wrote this book, and he is an absolute amazing guy. Hey, what's going on, American Joe, man? It's good to see you today, man. American Joe is an amazing man. You guys already know him. His channel is absolutely, it's just in the stratosphere, just absolutely just extraordinary and just blowing up. Really proud of your channel and what it's doing. I'm going to get into this real quick here, and I'm going to read some information coming from this book that's called The Killing of Uncle Sam. And it says, The economic situation in America worsened as more countries, including India, Pakistan, received most favored status by 2010. 50,000 manufacturing plants in America had shut down. Almost everything that Americans purchased came from overseas. Manufacturers, shoes, clothes, cars, furniture, TV, appliances, bicycles, toys, cameras, and computers. The goods flowed into the country free of charge, violating the principles of America's founding fathers, Alexander Hamilton had written. Let me continue on. I'm going to read a little bit more from here. The World Trade Organization. Okay, on January 1, 1995, the World Trade Organization, WTO, came into being with headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. It was set up to integrate nations into a world order without tariffs or other economic barriers. The principal beneficiaries were the 80,000 transitional corporations, with account for 2/3 of the world trade. In 2014, new science studies showed that 1,318 core transitional corporations, through interlocking boards of directors, owned 80% of the global revenue, and 147 of them formed a super entity that controlled 40% of the wealth of the entire network. Not surprisingly, this super entity was dominated by the business interests of the House of Rockefeller. Okay, so we see that the Rockefellers. Hey, Tony, good to see you, man. He had a great live stream tonight. So we see right here what the Rockefeller. Here we go. All right, did it again. All right, so we see right here, guys, what was going on with far as the Rockefellers are concerned, as far as the things that they had set up, and how this country has been basically dominated and controlled by super rich, powerful families like them. I'm going to read a little bit more right here. Just when it seemed that the situation for American workers could not get worse, the North American Free Trade Agreement came into force on January 1st, 1994. The agreement was developed by the Council on the Americas, an organization set up by David Rockefeller in 1965. The Rio Grande new separated two distinct labor markets as production facilities closed in the United States and Canada and moved to Mexico, where wages were 10 times lower. Thanks to this agreement, the United States suffered an additional trade deficit of 181 billion and the loss of 1 million more jobs. NAFTA also resulted in the displacement of more than 1 million Mexican who packed up their belongings and headed off for the El Norte, the USA. So we can see what this whole thing is about right here. Essentially what's going on right now, and I'm going to continue to say it, this is patriotism versus globalism. And ultimately it's going to come down who is able in the end to impose their will on the other one. Whose will is going to break first. And that's the side who's going to win. The side that is able to maintain their will and not give up their will and not bow down to the other side is the side that's going to win. So what that means to us, here's what, like I said before in another live stream. They're going to look at it like this. Our children down the road, 15, 20 years down the road, they're going to say this. They're going to say, we're going to seem like jerks if we stand up against what's happening right now at the border and all the different crises what's going on. And then we're going to seem like jerks to our children 15, 20, 30 years down the road. And they're going to say, why didn't you guys fight? You guys knew that this stuff was happening. You see what I'm saying? And so I said, you know something? We're going to have to stand strong, and we're going to have to toe the line and help out somehow, some way, our president in what's happening right now down at the border. It is a complete crisis, and it's a complete mess up what's going on right now. And it's ultimately to try to bring the president down. Now, one of the in the video that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be talking, rereading from Jim Hoft, and it's called, the name of the article, it's an amazing article over at the Gateway Pundit, and it's called Obama fading away in the silhouette. Now, as we realize, I'm just kind of paraphrase everything right now, so you have to check out the video when I do make it. What's happening right now, all of the foundational pieces are being brought out and being laid for the president to go after Barack Obama. I'm not going to turn it into a church service, but however, there is a prophecy that was out there that said that Barack Obama would be stripped of his presidency. And that was by Mark Taylor. Hey, American Joe, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That encourages me, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. And that there's a prophecy out there that was stating that what's going to happen is that Obama's going to be stripped. He's going to be stripped of his presidency. I don't hate the man. And this was Mark Taylor that said this. Mark Taylor was the same one that said years ago that Trump would be president. Now, you guys know who he is. And he also said that it was revealed to him that Obama's going to be stripped. And little by little, did you guys see, what was it, a week and a half ago or so? The former person, what's his face, who used to run the CIA, he even came out and threw Obama under the bus and said that it was Obama that told them to do all this spying and all this illegal investigation on the Trump campaign. So little by little, it's coming out, and he's going down. Unfortunately, I don't want to cheer or go crazy as someone that's about to get in trouble. Hey, Dina, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. You're such an amazing lady. Both of you guys, you and Joe. Thank you guys so much. And I'm just gonna say this much right now. I have to kind of be careful in how I word things. I'll just say it respectfully. Unfortunately, he's going to be going down, and that's what's going to happen. And he chose to go after our president, and he thought Trump was not intelligent enough to get the right people on his side, because see, this thing dates back years ago. Trump has been working with a group of patriots for years. You guys got to understand, Trump just didn't get interested overnight in running for presidency. Trump had begun to prepare himself some 14, 15, 16 years ago, actually even before that, but he got real serious right about 9/11, okay? And Trump really started to prepare himself to go after these guys. Now, do you guys remember the tweet that Trump, and you look it up for yourself and fact check me, he tweeted a tweet back in 2012 and said that pedophiles should be completely executed. Okay, now I'm not going to go no further. You guys are intelligent, so I'm talking to an extremely high IQ audience right here, and you guys have already done the research. I'm just kind of reiterating some things that you guys have already heard. Basically, that's where all the fear is, because there's so much information, and like the young lady that just, Allison Mack, I'm going to talk about her real quick. Now, we know that Allison Mack of Nexium just got 40 years in prison. Don't hate the lady. I'm only reporting information that's all over the news. That's all I'm doing, okay? I don't hate the woman. I'm just telling the truth what happened. She has now basically has been given 40 years. Now, it could have been even worse. Apparently, if someone's going to get 40 years, that means either A, somebody died, okay? Either someone passed away or something, or someone got severely injured that either was going to throw her in life in prison or possibly even lose her life. So with that being said, we know that Allison Mack, the actress that used to play on Smallville, she's now going to be in jail for 40 years because she cooperated. From what we understand is she has been giving names, she has been giving dates, and these people are scared. They are nervous. So that's what's going to happen to these people. Little by little, they are being broke down, and these people are thank God our president is shutting this nonsense down. I don't want to go into real deep detail, but out here there was some crazy stuff, and maybe I'll make a video on it. I'm not going to do it on this live stream because I don't want things to get flagged, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to code these things. But there was crazy things that were happening far as with children, and I'll just say that much, in Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California, Oakland, California, San Francisco, California, all throughout on the West Coast, there were crazy things that were happening. Right after President Trump had took office, you guys do know there was a dungeon about 150 miles, I want to say, up north from Los Angeles, California, where kids were found, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, they were still alive. But yeah, they found them, and they busted right in. Only one news agency had talked about it, and that was KCLA Channel 5 out here. They were the only ones that had touched on it. So with that being said, um, that was when Trump had said to those that were essentially were people that were patriots. He told them immediately, and they called them Viper teams. He sent the Viper teams out immediately and said, "Go get them." And that's when they knew that the war was on. And then if you retract that from when that incident happened, I'm going to find the date of it. So when I do my next live stream, I'll give you the date and time when that incident happened in California when those kids were rescued. But what's going on now is right after that, that's when the heavy persecution towards Trump really picked up because they knew that he was coming for them now. Trump had given them an offer to step back and to just leave the country alone, but they didn't take it. And Trump knew that they didn't take it. So we know it's a very good possibility that General Flynn is going to be exonerated of any wrongdoing that they said that he did. The man didn't do anything wrong. General Flynn is an absolute, in my personal opinion, is an absolute patriot for this country, and he loves this country, and he cares about all the American citizens in this country. So in my book, I love General Flynn, and some people believe, who knows, it's a possibility after he's exonerated that he may run for office in 2024. Here's a ticket I would love to see. And I would say this, please pray for Devin Nunes. I would love to see General Flynn and Devin Nunes, or Trump Jr. and Devin Nunes. Any one of those three running, or a combination running together, they 100% have my vote. Devin Nunes is my man. He is awesome. That man is awesome, Devin Nunes. Devin Nunes is an absolute phenomenal patriot who absolutely is one of the top absolute stars. He's a stalwart of California, and he's one of the last shining stars out here, and that man needs all of our prayers, and he needs protection from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because that man is fighting for our president. He is 100%. Have you guys been keeping up what Devin Nunes has been doing and how he is fighting for our country? That man is amazing, and really keep that man up in prayer, and really just even myself, I'm going to send that man a letter and just send him a tweet, because Devin Nunes, he deserves it. Encourage him. Keep encouraging him. We need to really surround that man in the next 24 hours. We need every American patriot out there tweeting to him and just telling him how we appreciate how he is serving our country and how he is serving selflessness. He is the absolute example of what a true American leader is supposed to look at. Him and President Trump and General Flynn. Those three men right there, those are absolute stalwart American citizens, and those are the types of people that we need operating in every office of our government. So these are, once again, I'm going to give you these, as I call them, Jeff Flake, okay? Jeff Flake's disciples, and I'm going to give you a name of them. And I would encourage you guys, give them a respectful tweet and tell them, how dare you guys? Essentially, here's what I'm going to say about Murkowski, and I'm going to pull it up again. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read it one more time, and it says right here. I want to give this to you again. Disgraceful 3 Republican senators to vote against Herman Cain. It includes Mitt Romney, okay, and it's Mitt Romney, it's Lisa Murkowski, and Cory Gardner, okay. These particular individuals right here, we should be tweeting them, and we should be saying, what did we do against you? What is it that you absolutely just hate about us American citizens? Why are you so, what is it that you people hate about us? Are the checks not coming on time? Are you're living in great amenities? I mean, what is it? Do you need a raise? Why do you hate our country so bad? Just be a Democrat. I don't mind. This is why I said before in another live stream, and you guys heard me when I said it. I said, I actually respect people like AOC. I respect Bernie Sanders. I actually respect people like Chucky Schumer. At least they're honest. At least I know who Chucky Schumer is. At least I know who AOC is. I don't have a problem with them, to be very honest with you. I disagree with their ideology. I disagree with their political stance. But to be honest with you, if you notice, you don't hear me ever attacking them or anything like that or saying anything bad about them. You know why? Because they're honest. You can say what you want about AOC. At least she is honest, and at least she is straightforward with what she believes in, and she's telling the truth of what she's going to vote for and what she will not vote for. Mr. Rocker Vlog is here. Good to see you, Mr. Rocker Vlog, Mr. Rocker. Good to see you. I don't know if you guys have subscribed to this channel, but he's a wonderful man, and so is Tony Patriot. I'm sure Tony Patriot's channel has been blowing up out of the roof as well. But if you guys haven't, those two gentlemen over there, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to their channels. They're awesome men. But I wanted to get that across to you guys, though. And we all need to coordinate together and tweet this information over to Lisa Murkowski and to Mitt Romney and just say, did we do something to you? Hello, Felicia. Good to see you guys. Felicia is a wealth of knowledge. She's been extremely busy of late, but expect some videos she was about to do on AOC coming up. I was talking to her. And if you haven't subscribed to her channel, subscribe to her channel. She's an awesome lady. Do not sleep on her. When she starts the videos that she's going to be making, and we were talking about, keep your eyes open for what she's about to make, okay? This lady is an amazing researcher, okay? If you want to know where I get some of my ideas from, well, actually, I talk with her. We talk all the time, okay? And she schools me on some things, and she's been schooling me on information for years. So that woman is an amazing researcher. She hasn't really made, she's made videos not so much on these particular topics, but she's about to start, and you are going to be blown away when you see what she is about to make. It is going to, woo, it's going to blow your mind. But I wanted to get yeah, I like that, Tony. I'm going to actually, Lee, I understand respect for people, but Schumer is not one. Yeah, that's true. Schumer is not very honest. But one thing we can say about Schumer, though, at least we know who he is. You see what I'm saying? We know that he's not for the president. We know that what he stands for. He's a globalist. He is a globalist. Now, Mitt Romney and Lisa Murkowski and this guy over here, they're supposed to be for the president. They're supposed to be for some type of nationalistic, patriotic beliefs. These guys are completely against it. Like I say, I don't mind Chucky Schumer because I know what he stands for. I know what he stands for, so I can deal with him. When Chucky Schumer says something I don't agree with, which is probably 99.9999999%, which equals 100% rounded up to of the time, at least we know what he's going to give us. But, you know, these people like Mitt Romney, I am so done and fed up with these actors. Okay, these guys, they act like that they're for the president. They act like that they're for you, for us right here on this live stream, but they're not for us. They absolutely can't stand the fact that everyone on this live stream, when we work hard and we save our money, that we're able to go out and go purchase a decent house, pay the house off in 12 to 15, 16 years, and they don't like that. These people absolutely can't stand us. And they basically only want to be the ones that are able to purchase a house, purchase a car, have it paid off in a decent time, or even buy it cash, while you and I live in apartments forever. That's what these people want. And it's really sad. It's really bad when, you know, how they think about us. And I can't stand it. And, you know, it's really sad how they treat the American citizen like we literally did something to them. You know, it's real sad when people have gotten on. Yeah, you see what I'm saying there? Yeah, you know, Chucky Schumer. Yeah, you know, I don't care for what that guy stands for. But one thing I can appreciate about him and Nancy Pelosi, one thing I can appreciate about them too, at least we know what we're getting. But I cannot stand these people that are saying they're for the president and that, yes, that they're Republicans and that they're for for anti-abortion and things like that. But then when they vote, we see something else, and they're not. They're not for us. They can't stand us, and it's sad. And I'm really hoping that the people up in Alaska, the people in Utah and Colorado are going to stand up against this. And I'm praying to God that they vote these people out. They're just bad representation of real government, and this is why people have lost faith in the voting process and why they say, "Who cares?" Um, yeah, exactly. I agree. I know. Yeah, he used to. Yeah, security. Then he completely stands for the opposite. Now you're right, Tony. You're 100% correct. That's true, Tony. He did. And one thing I like about that, Tony, was that we have all this information on there, and it completely showed that we've always known that that the Dems were nothing but hypocrites. Okay, we always knew that. We always knew that. We always knew that about them. But then we would have people like Mitt Romney and these guys over here acting like, oh yes, I stand for border security. Oh yes, I stand for this right here, for America first, and all these types of things like that. They'd be like, yeah, I stand for this and that. But man, when the rubber really meets the road, these guys are globalists. These guys are straight up globalists, and they cannot stand the United States of America. It's sad that my question to these guys, what did we do for you to hate the American citizens so bad? Yeah, Marco Rubio. Yep, from Florida. That's right. He's another globalist. He's just you know what I like to say? I like to say this: globalism, Satanism, Satanism, globalism, same thing. And it's really sad that I would love to just get in a room with these people and say, what did we do against you? No matter who the president puts up there, you guys vote against them unless they're a globalist. And the whole thing is, we know that Mitt Romney is obviously a globalist, and we obviously know what he stands for. And essentially, like I was pointing out to you in those books that I was reading earlier, basically all these guys, what they want to do is have low wages. Okay, I'm gonna give you one. You remember when Hillary Clinton, when she was running for president in 2016, how she kept saying things like this? Um, Everyone wins. If you vote for this, everyone wins. You know what she meant by that? She meant in that whole TPP thing of bringing in all of these people from around the world, okay? And then lastly, she meant also basically everyone making like 13, 12 bucks an hour. Now, I don't know about you guys, but living off of 12 or 13 bucks an hour, having 2 kids and a wife, or 3 kids, 4 kids and a wife, I don't know who can do that. And the house notes, the house loans weren't going to come down, rent wasn't going to come down, but yet they want you to live off of 12, 13 bucks an hour. And that was their way of saying, oh, everyone wins because we care for the world. No, you don't. You don't care for the world. You are a lover of money, and as it is written, the love of money is the root of all evil. These people, unfortunately, something got in their heart along the way. I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to try to figure it out. That's right, greed. And these individuals hate freedom. They hate freedom so much that they right now basically, that's right, yeah, Satan, that's right. She robbed people of Haiti. That's right. She sure did. She sure did. Exactly. What was it? They gave $6 billion to Haiti, and the people only got $500 million, and only God knows what happened to the rest of it. So sad. So sad. And these people can sleep at night. You know what's interesting? Have you guys ever heard this before? People are sending their kids to college, and they'll say things like this: well, you don't want to be the person that's working in the warehouse. You want to be one of the managers that's one of the top 25, top 50 within that company. So your salaries will be anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million a year. But if you notice something, those people don't really do anything. The only thing they do is just monitor you, mess with you, pick on you, and then lastly, come up with ways to send the jobs out of the country and make cuts. And then they get half a million, a million, $2 million. What's the name? They get $2 million. What's on bonuses, and they have convinced our children, and have got it in their minds. And I've even been guilty of it myself, saying it as well, until I caught myself saying that it is good for me to raise my kids to be a sellout to their country, and to enslave those that are working within the company and keep their wages low, and find ways to cut, and get half a million and $1 million bonuses. You see how academia has essentially went out there and has enslaved the minds of people. You see how our kids are leaving out of college, and how their minds are completely slave to the society, because these are the liberal globalistic ways that are running rampant all throughout our educational system. And until recently, when President Trump said that they could no longer stop the voices of those that were conservatives, if you had a different voice, they basically could just ban you or just shut you down if you had a different voice in what was being taught in the liberal academia arts. And essentially that's what's been going on for God knows how long. Like I said, going back to 1971, when that whole deal was signed with China, and we know that Henry Kissinger played a big deal with that. So when Nixon got into office, it was already set in stone, and that was one of the major things that began to destroy this country. And that was back in July of 1971 that was signed, and that was pretty much really what was the major blow that started destroying jobs in our country. So when Trump is saying "Make America Great Again," he's talking about basically going back before 1971, 1965 or so, and going back there when we had companies being created in our country. We had warehousing everywhere, and these jobs were excellent paying jobs. People were able to send their kids to college, and academia was not teaching these strange things to our youth, and having our youth out there believing that it's a wonderful thing to sell out your neighbor and to figure out a way to screw them out of their job, and to send their job to another person in another country, and to enslave that person, and have those people working 12 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. You see how crazy that is? So that is another form of slavery that has been passed down by the globalist Democrats and by the blue blood Republican globalists that have been teaching things like that to our communities. And that's why essentially I talked about these are disciples of Jeff Flake, that the art of Jeff Flake continues on, just being flakish and really just having a problem with your country prospering, and just having a stiff, hard heart, and just hating your nation, hating your fellow neighbor, and hating the fact that somebody is able to work hard and buy a similar house that what you have, and essentially believing that only you should have a house like that. That is absolutely horrible, and it should not be. It's really just darn right heartbreaking that we have so many people within our society that are believing lies like that. And if we don't work hard and get truth over to our children, and get real information over to our kids, that these are lies, and that we don't set up situations and systems to break the back of our neighbors, and even our neighbors in other countries, and use them and say, well, we're just going to pay them a dollar an hour or 50 cents an hour, and then give yourself a hand because you're enslaving another human being, because you got a half a million dollar plus bonus, and you're proud of that. You're proud of that. You are proud that you enslaved another human being, and you're getting $1 million bonus, and you hurt families and probably even destroyed marriages and split families up and hurt people, and you're proud of that. That's how can you even sleep at night? And then you put these lying you put these lies out there that you're going to create jobs, and you don't do anything. And then you three people come right out there and act like that you care for American citizens, but then what do? You go right out there and you just vote against the only president that we've had in some years He's not perfect and he has his issues, but he's at least trying his best to try to bring some type of hope back to this country, and he has. We have the highest percentage of African Americans and Latinos working, and people are hating him for that. They are hating him because we have a high percentage of people of color that are working, and they're hating him. They are telling people of color that essentially it's a good thing for you to be on social programs. They have convinced, and they have these movie stars that have convinced our youth that hate this man and be on social programs. And even when he does good, I even have certain friends that still aren't satisfied. And I'm like, what the heck are you, what do you want? What is it about Obama that you just cared so much about? I can't wait to when I'm done with this next video I'm doing. That's why I'm taking my time, because I'm really going to break this thing down. I'm going to really go slow. So I may be doing more of live streams coming up all week long, because I'm really going to take my time with this video, and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm learning all this editing stuff, but I'm going to do the best I can because I'm tired of this. I'm like, what is it about Obama that you just love so much? What? Because he listened to hip hop music? Oh, because he invite Jay-Z and Beyonce to the White House? Are you serious? Are you really serious? And you're excited about that? You really think that that's awesome? Yay, because he listens to hip hop. Come on, people. Come on, man. Are you really that lost? Are you really that lost? If you have one of those friends, you need to send this over to them and go over this live stream with them, and they're going to have their issues with it, and that's fine. But you are so pumped up, and I'm talking to you people out there. You are so blind that you have done no research to figure out exactly what globalism is. You really think that these globalists have your back? You really believe that, huh? You really believe that people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these other rappers out there that are parading around with Barack Obama like you? You really think they like you, huh? Well, they don't. And you need to recognize that. They can't stand you. And that's why even HRC, which while she was running for president, would even call some of her own people stupid. That's sad. She would call her own people stupid and didn't even like her own people that were voting for her. And you guys are still parading her around. And when people would bring you guys information, you would still, and when they would prove to you that was right, you would still say, well, I'm still going to vote for her. What? Because this is what your cousins believe in? So you believe in it because you just want to fit in? You just want to fit in with something? And you like that. That's a cool thing, huh? Here's another one that irritates me. Now, we all know going back to the 60s was the beginning of the whole, I have to watch my words how I say this, when they were really pushing to have relations outside of marriage. Okay, you guys are intelligent. You know what I'm saying. I have to watch my words. So they would push that. Okay, and then when you got to the 80s and 90s, when the hip hop music really took off, and all their songs, they pushed that, and then we just saw really a skyrocket of children being born out of wedlock who don't know their fathers. We saw gangs just begin to take off and flourish, and they made it cool that this is a cool thing that you shoot your neighbor. This is a cool thing that you hurt your neighbor. This is a cool thing that you go lie down with the woman and have a child out of wedlock and hardly have any wedlocks, and that's hardly have any weddings. Forgive me, hardly have any relationships with this child, and that's a cool thing. They made it like that. That's cool. Not having a one father, but for all that child's life in the house. They made it that that's cool. 74% of black children being born out of wedlock. That's cool, huh? That's what you guys want to vote for, huh? That's cool, huh? I never saw Barack Obama ever even encourage black men and say, man, you guys need to go back home. Look at me, at least I'm married and I'm here with my family. He never said anything like that. I never heard him. If he did, please text it to me. Send it to me. I never heard him say anything like that. Trump's not perfect at all, but he's not trying to destroy this country. He's not perfect at all. But I never heard him say anything like that. But yet, that other side wants to push that. And they have convinced you guys. They've convinced people that that's a cool thing to do, to just run out there and just destroy your fellow man down the street, and to just call yourselves the N-word, and to just dehumanize your women. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I might, and oh God, cover me for this one, Lord. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I understand why some people, oh boy, here it comes. Forgive me, Lord. I got to speak the truth though. I understand, and I'm not kissing nobody's butt. Okay, I guess they didn't want me to say that one, so maybe I'm not supposed to. But I'm saying I understand people why there are some individuals that are concerned when certain people show up at their house and want to date their daughters. I would be concerned too. I would absolutely be concerned too. Because here's the reason why. Are you just going to be an individual that dates my daughter, and next thing you know, a year or two later, she's expecting a child, and then you just disappear? That would scare me too. That would make me nervous too. So I just wanted to get that out to say, hey man, consider your actions. If you feel like someone doesn't like you, consider you first. Consider your actions first. Start with you first. You know something? If you fix your house and respect your house, other people are going to respect your house. I'll say it again. If you fix your house and respect your house, other people are going to respect your house. And until certain communities out there begin to fix their houses and get their houses in line, people are not going to respect them. You just look at it right now. Think about this. When you guys are driving, okay, when you guys are driving and you just went out and bought a brand new car, or got your car fixed and whatnot there. Think about this. You see an old piece of junk clunker, you don't park your car next to it, because you know that that person does not respect their car. So you know what you do? You back away. You park your car away. You say, even if I got to park far out. Or you park by another brand new car, because you know that those people respect their vehicle. And I see this happen all the time with me. Another person in a nice car will park their car next to mine, because they'll say, okay, this man takes care of his car. He keeps his house in order. And they know I'm going to respect theirs and they'll respect mine. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and close it right here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you guys, and hopefully next time we can get it over 20 or 30 people. I never know sometimes when I'm going to come on and do a live stream. I'm going to try starting tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Saturday, coming on about like 5 or 5:30 in the morning and doing a live stream. So I hope to see you guys today. Once again, Tony, you're doing a great job. I love everything what you're doing. Mr. Rocker is the man, baby. I love your channel. American Joe is absolutely kicking butt over there. I love what he's doing, and I love all of you guys, and I thank God for all of you guys coming by, and God bless you guys. You guys are amazing people, amazing patriots, and you're so fun to be around, and you're so fun to talk to. And once again, thank you guys. Thank you, American Joe, and thank you, Dina, for the for the super chats. I am going to be getting my PayPal pretty soon set up right. So I need a little help with this stuff, because I am not the most computer literate guy. I'm getting better though. I'm working on it. So it's coming together. Hey, Laura Sanders, good to see you. Good to see you. So anyhow, it is all coming together. It is good. Any questions before I close? I'll close it like in 1 or 2 minutes. Any questions? Go ahead. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay, I heard that. Okay. Cut the end of it, and we'll go back to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Laura. Thank you. So, with that, oh yeah, I know. Don't respect them. Oh, you know what I mean? Here's what I mean by that. What I mean by that, as far as respect for the Democrats. Here's what I mean by that. What I mean by that is I don't agree or believe in anything what they believe in. But what I can say is this though. I can appreciate when someone at least is telling the truth, and I know where they're coming from. That's what I mean by that. And I'll use a different set of words next time. But I can't stand the flip-flop stuff of Mitt Romney and those guys. I'm like, just become a Democrat or be an independent or whatever. I don't know. But I cannot stand. Yeah, Dim's all like, you're right about that. Exactly. You're right about that. And that's what I like about him. That's one thing I do like about him. At least I know they're telling a lie. Exactly. Exactly. So he might as well, he might as well just changes the thing and just put Democrat. I don't mind. We know that they lie. We know that they're globalists. I appreciate that about them. The only one I would say, um, the only one, the only one I say that actually tells the truth is Sheriff. Okay, Sheriff Clark. He has to run as a Democrat. He's really not a Democrat, but Sheriff Clark has to run as a Democrat out there in Milwaukee because he won't win if he doesn't. So Sheriff Clark, I would say, is probably the only Democrat that's telling the truth. Outside of him. So he's that 1%. I know. I saw that. I saw that. I'm going to be talking about that. Oh, you don't love Sheriff? Okay, no love Sheriff Clark. Okay, yeah, he's the only one that was kind of. I don't know 100% about him, but I know that he was supporting. Okay, he was kind of going back and forth, but we will see. I got to look more into him, so we'll see. So yeah, like I said, you guys might know a little bit more about him. Maybe some of you guys live closer to that particular area, what's going on. But outside of him, though, yeah, the Dems don't tell the truth too much. They don't tell the truth too much. So anyhow, man, I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. And keep your eyes out on my videos. Like I said, they're going to be a little bit more along the lines of a Tony. I need to get with you, Tony. I got some questions for you, Tony. At the end of this video, I'm going to put my email in there, Tony. Make sure you email, and I need to exchange numbers for you with each other, because I have a few questions for you that you're doing some pretty cool stuff on your videos, and I need to learn those tricks from you because I think it's pretty cool, some of the stuff you're doing. I love what you're doing, brother. So I need to share information with you. So anyhow, but with that being said, I love you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. God bless you. Let me say a quick prayer over you guys. Father, I just pray for love and kindness and your grace to be over everyone here, God. And if there's anything that they need to repent of, God, any of us, reveal it to us, God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you so much for coming. I love